Hello and welcome. Chris Carlo, your friendly neighborhood acupuncturist, sharing some preventative health tips focused on prevention and natural healing. I like to help people become more aware of the factors that impact your health and help you identify some preventative type measures that you can do for yourself that can really encourage and improve your health concerns. Okay, so something I like to focus on, I call it awareness and prevention. Um, and one of the main factors, pretty much in all health issues, is inflammation. In, you know, I think it's very important to encourage good flow of energy and blood through the body. That's a major principle to focus on and identify things that are blocking that flow. And inflammation is a major one that tends to block flow, choke off tissue. Tissue suffers and doesn't function properly, and it can result in poor health, chronic pain, all sorts of things. Okay, so this is a major principle for natural health to focus on. And I want to talk about inflammation in regards to digestion. Okay, there are different ways to eat, different things to focus on. Some people are eating to lose weight or detox the body or to stay away from certain foods that you're sensitive to. And all of those can play a role in reducing inflammation. And I wanted to kind of outline these specific ideas. So when I see somebody in the clinic and I suspect that their digestion is a major problem that's not supporting their health, they could be coming in for other things: migraine, headaches, low back pain, knee problems, other health issues, digestive health issues, heart disease, diabetes, all sorts of things. It's not really limited. And I start to think about the digestive system being a problem. If I suspect that, I'll start talking about changing the diet. Okay, now there's different intentions when it comes to dieting. Okay, so one way to focus on reducing inflammation is to understand which foods cause inflammation and which foods help take it away. And this is basically going to be information that people have probably heard before, but maybe not in this context as far as reducing inflammation and being a root support system for all sorts of other health issues. You could be chasing symptoms where you should be trying to fix your digestion and maintaining a good diet. And it could be so supportive to other factors impacting your health and life. So sugar and carbs tend to cause weight gain and inflammation. Reducing and eliminating that is going to be helpful. And and eating more like vegetables. And I'm not saying to be a vegetarian or a vegan or stuff like that. I'm just talking about ratios. We want to basically make sure we're eating uh, plenty of vegetables and reducing the carbs and the sugar. Okay. Now, obesity is a major stress on the body, being overweight. Eating to lose weight is going to be another way of dieting. Okay, there's reducing inflammation. You drop a few pounds, the first 5 pounds, I call it water weight. If you lose that, it's not so much tapping into the fat yet, it's just kind of reducing the inflammation that's kind of built up and gunking up the gears inside the body, if you will. But then if obesity or if you've got some weight that you're not happy with and you want to lose, eating a diet that is low in calories, puts you in a calorie deficit type state, is going to cause your body to eat the fat. And as long as you stay away from sugar and carbs, the body will start eating fat as a fuel source. And that is a way to go. And these things are not to be toyed with. You know, if you're not sure what you're doing, you may want to talk to a health professional to guide you on this. You know, I think it's important. Um, Another bullet point here is you're eating just to maintain your weight. Okay, say you get to a certain weight where you want to maintain that weight. Well, then your diet changes to just support maintaining that weight, not losing or gaining. Okay. Sometimes we go into the winter, we gain a few pounds. That's natural. Keeps us warm, especially if you're in a kind of an environment where there's seasonal change and it's a cold winter. A few pounds keeps you warmer. But then you need to lose that weight going into the spring and summer and then maintain that. And that's kind of, you know, paying attention to your weight and maintaining it instead of gaining a few pounds every winter and never losing it. And over time, you know, that this is not going to be good for you. So there's a few bullet points there basically on reducing inflammation in regards to what foods to eat. If you're looking to lose weight, that's an important factor, or just maintaining weight is important to focus on with your diet. Food sensitivities is another way to go as far as realizing I've got digestive problems because I have food sensitivities. My body is reacting when I eat these certain foods. It's creating inflammation because this is a stress. It's kind of engaging the immune system. Our immune system wants to attack these these foods because we're sensitive to them. We've developed this kind of reaction, and it makes us tired because the body's working more. It's creating inflammation in our system that is, again, gunking up the flow and the circulation within our body, making the body fluids thicker, making tissues swollen, creating less room to move, if you will, for the circulation, for the blood. And it weighs us down and makes us tired. We don't have energy to, to have good body function. We need energy so that the body functions optimally, right? So that's important. Identifying food sensitivities. You may realize it. You eat some food, you don't feel good, you feel tired, you may get a headache right away. But the tricky thing about food sensitivities is you eat something today you're sensitive to, and you don't get the reaction until like a few days later. And it's hard to tie those two together. Or you're just always in a state of tiredness and feeling yucky and kind of achy and often headaches, and because you're just always eating certain foods you're sensitive to and you just don't realize it. It's hard to separate and identify that. There are tests to identify food sensitivities, and I can help you with that. Just let me know. Leaky gut is a condition where foods leak from your gut into your blood, and then your body says, what is this? It doesn't belong here. And it creates an immune response to attack it. And this is what I'm talking about. So if you're not aware of food sensitivities and leaky gut, and you suspect that this is a problem in your health, you may want to get some professional guidance here. And I can help you with that. Another bullet point here is intermittent fasting. You know, this is another type of diet, okay, focus, right? We're talking about different focuses that you might have when it comes to dieting, to reduce inflammation, to reduce weight, to maintain weight, to deal with food sensitivities. And then this next bullet point is about allowing your body to kind of catch up and clean out and detox. And we just keep eating and eating and eating, and we don't give our body enough time to kind of clean out and do that. And it overwhelms our digestive system. And so there may be times where you want to skip a meal, or do a week where you skip a meal. Or maybe you just eat light for a whole week, just vegetables and fruits and not too much of anything else. Again, if you've got conditions, say like sugar problems, diabetes, thyroid issues maybe, you want to be careful with some of these things, and you want to seek professional help. But this could be a thing that could really optimize your health and help your body to clean out and function better. And another tip that I would just in general say is when it comes to eating, don't overeat. Only eat until you're about 80% full. When you start to feel like you're kind of filling up, that actually may be too much. You want to try to stop a little bit before that. And you have to kind of judge that and get used to that and sense that. And it's okay if you need to eat a little bit in a few hours later, a little sooner than usual. It's terrible. It's a terrible idea to eat a big meal and then go for, too long without eating. Again, it depends on what your focus is. Intermittent fasting is going to be a part of, going long periods of time without eating. But I'm just talking about general dieting. Every day you're just eating generally. Sometimes when you eat a big meal and then you go a long period of time without eating, it could cause imbalances with blood sugar levels and make you feel kind of off, and it can overwhelm your digestion in the beginning just eating the food and leading to problems. It's just not good in general to overeat. Okay, only eat until you're about 80% full. And the worst time to eat a big meal is in the evening when you're slowing down and you're going to go to sleep later. That's just the worst time. You'll have undigested food in your stomach. Not good for optimizing and trying to reduce inflammation in your body. That'll just lead to weight gain and more inflammation. Not a good thing. So I hope these points made sense. If you have questions, leave them in the comments section. I'd be glad to ask them. I'd love to hear about how you manage your weight and how you reduce inflammation in your body if you're aware of that. And are you aware that digestion is a major pillar? It's a major support, right, for your health. Are you aware of that? And do you take measures to try to have a good diet? And what does a good diet mean to you? Everybody has a different idea on what that means, and I'd love to hear what your idea of a good diet is, and maybe we can get a little back and forth going in the comment section. Be glad to do that. Okay, so until next time, keep on the sunny side.